You already know, I hate being on camera, and I hate pretty much a lot of different shit. But I wanted to try a little bit of a new approach. Here you go. In between a rock and a hard place, trying to find your way through the dark days. But you don't know how, you flip the world upside down. And I know you don't want to show it, cause you don't think that anyone will notice. Until you tell someone, you feel like you're the only one. And everybody says they're fine, but I know we're not alright. Everybody says they're fine, but I know we're not alright. I know we're not alright. It's always darkest just before a light. I know your silence isn't deadly sound. It's never easy when you're breaking down, but I'll be there when you come around. When you come around. Face down in the days that we wasted, trying to find our way through the mazes. We can wait it out, or we can walk the fire somehow. Trying to pick up all the pieces, when you just come around and we leave them. Cause they lose their mind, trying to go back in time. And everybody says they're fine, but I know we're not alright. Everybody says they're fine, but I know we're not alright. I know we're not alright. It's always darkest just before the light. I know what silence is this deadly sound. It's never easy when you're breaking down, but I'll be there when you come around. When you come around. It's always darkest just before a light. I know your silence is a deadly sound. It's never easy when you're breaking down, but I'll be there when you come around. Oh, when you come around. When you come around. Alright, so here goes. So my song. Lyrics key. Thunder, Imagine Dragons. Not just an addict with issues, always uptight, tired of the abuse. A long time dreaming for brighter things. I want to leave this darkness behind. Don't know, yes sir, I'm not your follower. Don't fit in the box. I broke the mold. Bitch, take a seat in the foyer. You got my number. I got struck by lightning, pushing me to recover. 22 seconds into cut off into the beat, transition to Katy Perry roar, or possibly just using the mashup medley. He holds me down and he picks me up, smiles admirably as I brush off the dust. He always hears my voice but don't make a sound, but together we're gonna shake the grounds. He held me down and lifts me up. I hope he's ready because I've had enough. Together we've seen it all, and he showed me how. To embrace the eye of the tiger, get in touch with the survivor, because we can be champions, and together you will see us soar, fly higher than jet fighters, and let out the alpha roar, because we're not silent anymore. So this is one project, like you, there's many. So I really go into 7-Eleven bitching because they have not had your gamer snacks. My 7-Eleven interaction is on point. I walk in thug as fuck with my hat on backwards and make people laugh. I constantly am like you. Get a new supply on my underground shipment, right? The guys make it priceless, especially since the cops show there. We end up laughing because I end up walking out the store with the cop and I always get folks stirred up as I walk out and say, "That's right, bitch, I'll be back tomorrow. You better have my fucking gummy bears and my gamer snacks." So I like to act stupid, make people laugh. Fuck them, right? Now for me, the true Holly weirdo. There's no cure for my mental illness. It's fractured. But even if it burns my body out, I drive myself insane and write everything down. I never felt the need to burden you with my issues, and then you woke my innocence. All light faded when Mom died. I don't handle new interaction, kind of like you. Um, Random bursts of freakouts, so I am really shy. Yet, present Tourette's when an audience becomes available. Thesis. When I originally came into this, I was going too deep into Florida and placed a team of us into the alleged trafficking to get first-hand info establishing Project Guardian and Jade Smith. So the reason this is so important to me is our pact and our secret. During my running around, I went to a house with some dancers. I played two roles, security and escort. Some 4 assholes raped me and hit me with a Glock in the back of the head. I don't know what happened, but I was led to a cab, given a pass of freedom. No one knows what happened to the guys. I don't even remember. I guess it's my mind protected me. I was told never to come back to Maryland, but my daughters were here. I tried to stay away, but I couldn't, so I made way back. And 2 weeks back, I ended up beating this arrogant douchebag. Gave me a rejection hotline number. We ended up hanging out, spent the night. 6 weeks later, we were at work. I had to take a pregnancy test. Me and him hadn't talked to since. I don't get my life. It's been very unique. I never told you about my kids because, along with my PTSD, my family is very evil. At least my mom's side was. I unlocked a lot of things, but then you went back into my regression. And you're right. With what I do, it's very difficult because I'm trying to figure out a way to unlock the secrets of my mind for my kids. It's a little bit of a hint. I walked away from everything that I was doing within the treatment facilities and stuff because I've got some real serious shit going on the inside. When I say you held me down and kept me rational, I'm not a rational individual at all. My daughter's involved with a situation with JAG. She's getting medical boarded. You know about the veterans. Well, her commanding officer was in uniform and he raped her. And he videotaped it, tied her up to the bed. Policy for the military is that you cannot tell your commanding officer no when he's in uniform. So basically, they've been pretty much screwing with her. Well, I found out prior to me finding out her being pregnant with Mason that she really just had a miscarriage. And it was really, not even cool. The because not even like 2 weeks later, apparently she had found out that she was pregnant. She didn't even have any time to heal within her body. And the rape, the trauma, just everything. My daughter, experienced severe PTSD as a result of it. And she's 1,000 miles away. Of course, my daughter felt like with my illness, because she didn't understand it, she just thought I was bipolar because, like I said, we just really diagnosed what everything was within the past 2.5 years. I recognized the symptoms, but every time that I would bring it up to a therapist or anything, they would tell me it was schizophrenia, bipolar, manic depressive, PTSD. They didn't understand that there was different, alters in my mind. A lot of people are afraid of this because you stare and you hear somebody has multiple personalities. They automatically think that they're going to kill you whenever you go to sleep because they just can't control it. So, I've avoided people all of my life, when I was in foster care and shit. I went through a lot of different things. Went through 30 foster homes in 1 month, and I always got the luck of the draw. They were really nice people. Very hands-on approach. Unfortunately, with me being abused and me being sex trafficked and then put into foster care, and because of the fact that I was sick until the video came out, whenever I had just had Haley, that's when everybody took me serious about how severe my abduction was whenever I was young. My mom saw the video, of course. My family knew about it. How people found out about it was I was crying to a girl from school in 7th grade and told her I didn't understand why my family didn't want nothing to do with me, because I came back to the airport from Alaska after finding out that my mom was in an accident, and whereas normal people would have family waiting for them at the airport, greeting them, I had nothing. 12 years old, sitting there waiting. No money, no nothing. And I walked into a world of emptiness. About a month after I got back, my mom decided that she was gonna put me in the state's care because she didn't want anything to do with me. Her family was always the same way. Of course, when you talk about evil, you want to know exactly what I do and how far my counseling goes to other people. I take all of my deepest writings, and you know that I'm very captivating whenever it comes to expressing my feelings. I put it in very raw truth about how depressed that I get, and how constantly I try to find motivation. That's why I always like finding positive things within you. Your silence makes me nervous because I kind of feel like you're like an imaginary friend. That bothers me a lot, but it relieves me because of the fact that at least I know that way I don't have any expectations, and if I ever fuck anything up, then in my mind as a guard, then I really can't say I lost anything, because there's nothing but silence there. So that's my defense mechanism. Literally 3 months ago was the first real time that me and my dad actually hung out, and I talked to my dad, and it was unique because his whole family is very, they think that they know everything. I'm just the bastard of the family. The dad should have never had. For some of them, okay, not for all of them. Because I was just the hidden secret, because I didn't know anything about who I was until I was 11. And that also plays another part of my dissociative identity disorder, because I completely had to find a way to be normal. And then my dad was my knight in shining armor, and then that was confusing because I had already been so severely abused that I thought that the only way to stare and show gratitude towards anybody was by being just a slave. I was brought up to basically be a sex slave, and I'm not kidding. From the time that I was 2 up until, hell, well, 15 years ago. And, well, it was innocence. Never got any gratification out of it. Kissing anybody's not normal. Letting people touch me, never's been normal. Like I said, very fucked up, very fucked up. So when I found out that you followed me a lot more than you did, that made me want to push you away. Then whenever I met you, it made me want to push you away even more, because I don't want anybody to hurt from my story. And then with you, I'm not guarded. That makes me nervous, and it freaks me out, because I want to disclose a whole shitload of secrets, but I was so fucking guarded, and I built such a strong wall that I don't want to let anybody in, because it causes anxiety, it makes me feel fucked up, and it makes me feel like I can't trust anybody. Whenever, I don't know whether you got nervous and told me that you didn't read my writings. That set up a red flag. A part of me started feeling betrayed. Basically, I felt like somebody from the community saw that you were a weakness, and that you were a way to get into my head. With the things going on with Frankie and all of the secrets that I shared with you, I backed off. I don't want a social media relationship with anybody, because I've got enough people in my world that are non-existent to pretend that they're going to be a part of my life. Trust me. I broke down and told you a little bit about my work situation. Well, here you go. I don't do live feeds because in order to get my drivers out of my office, I really go fucking ham on them. And whenever I say I go ham on them, I will make all kinds of like stupid jokes, be very annoying. I don't want to interact with people. I don't like interaction. I'd much rather be by myself. That way I can just sit back and cry. And that's what I do a lot. Since I've integrated, it's become not a bad thing, but a lot of reasons why people don't make it long after they integrate is because the depression gets to be so severe. And we lost our voices. Now, me, I still have them. But there's only one main person. And she's got to remain strong through everything. And, well, that's where the THC came into play. You already know that the body has cannabinoids, CB1 and CB2. Well, me, I don't seem to produce enough of the CB1 and CB2. For some odd reason, my alternate response to medicines, or I automatically have the flight instinct, which means that death is my only answer for antidepressants, antipsychotics, everything. It's really bad. For a long time, I was court ordered to be on medication, and basically it was a struggle for me to even get up out of bed. So basically, whenever I disappeared, that's whenever it was me realizing that I completely screwed up the kids' lives. I screwed up my life. I was complete fuck up. My mom and me had already had so many fucking issues, which we've always been, you know. Hold on a second. We've got a little bit of a problem here. Fire truck just went past, and it was slowing down right at my lot. I don't. You're so much different than I thought you were. Like, no way. At first, I thought you were this arrogant prick that was just an asshole, to be honest with you. But I thought it was funny because here you got me, this fucking hard ass, not even interested in some sort of like fake ass internet relationship. What the fuck, man, you know? Then started talking and just randomly just like finding shit to like crack jokes and shit about, and then finally having 5 years of just constant communication and not being told to fuck off and not being told how much of a fucking loser you are, that you don't make sense. That you said you didn't understand me, and I think that that's where I took it as like I didn't matter enough for anybody to understand. And like I said, these are all my insecurities, but this goes to show you a little bit about what I deal with, because when you sit there and you hear about somebody that really, really hardcore takes accountability for their flaws, and it's not as a sign of people feeling sympathy, it's just a fact that I've already established my whole plan. I've got more than a 5-year plan. I've got OCPD, which is coal miners' law, which you already know, up in western Pennsylvania. It's coal miners down, and not to mention there's a lot of different shit up where I'm from that there's a lot of conspiracy theories that go on, and pretty much everybody in my family has died from lung-related issues, cancer, and shit like that, so fuck it. But hey, I don't know, maybe I got away from it, at an early age. Maybe they saved me, because, I'm still the only one in my family that got all my original teeth. Yeah, my shit is real. I didn't fuck my grill up. Go me. Cavities galore, yeah. But, for the most part, no dentures. So, just so you know, random facts. As for ending this, I want to say I didn't even want to mention to you about the things that I was pissed off about, like, in watching what you were going through, because I didn't feel like I had the right to say anything. Who the fuck am I? I get really angry at stupid shit, and I don't talk well. I don't even like really writing letters to you, because of the fact that there's like 3,000 of them that never get sent out, and there's like 4,000 of them that gets burned, and there's still a lot of secrets that I harbor. I mean, hell, I'm not normal. Then again, neither are you. And then, by the way, smooth on the fucking schmelfigan shit. I mean, like, that shit was priceless. Oh, priceless, yeah. And as for being just completely grateful to have you in my world, we have a lot in common. I don't know, like, anything about anything. I don't pretend to know anything about anything. Hell, I don't even really know how to fucking be organized. Like, seriously, I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. But for the most part, I just really think that you're an amazing person, and I saw that the stress was becoming too much. You needed that push to believe in yourself. And it's not because you didn't believe in yourself. It was just, I cared enough about both of us to sit there and make sure that you knew that I believed in you. And I always will. So, now that I'm done being a bitch and a girl and shit like that, let me go put my big girl panties on and get out of my feels and shit. Because, this is all about being grateful and letting you know what I'm grateful for. And my recovery. The most amazing thing that's ever happened to me, and seriously, has been you coming into my world. Because it has given me a motivation to start trying to fix and mend the pieces that I had broken. And he gave me a hope that maybe there is some sort of normalcy in store for me. That being said, I'm done. And I'm gonna fucking steal your hoodie. I don't know how. You know what? I'm gonna take you to Judge Jerry. And we'll figure out how I can start, and like I can do a confrontation clause or something. I'm gonna find a loophole on how I can get your hoodie. Some way, somehow. There will be a plan. Execute. Now, 31 minutes. I'm done. That was long enough. And, well, work mode. And I'm not allowed on Facebook anymore, by the way. I'm not allowed really doing anything at work. That's the greatest thing, because I'm an idiot. I don't do nothing right. And no, I'm not sitting there and saying that this is true. This is basically the way that I fucking get treated at my job. So, 4:10. And I am going to finish up some shit. Here we go. Yeah, a different one. Wait, aha, that's why. Okay. Okay. Why the hell is my flash on? Ready then. Okay. Oh. See, this is why I don't do lives.